Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. The best way is... If you became a millionaire, would you keep working? You know? I want to tell you guys something. What's going on right now is California's trying to figure out about crypto. My name is Ben. We're tons of balls. Oh, I'm live. Wow, that's the first time ever in the history of the show I did not know I was live. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the people's channel, home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community on all the interwebs. My name is Ben. No channel works hard to keep you in the know about crypto. And no channel has more fun than this channel, as you guys know. But today, it is Halloween, but we are going to be taking things very serious. I'd like to start out by, I don't know if you guys know this, but we lost a lot of money in Celsius. And we have actually recovered a plan. There's a plan for us to get our money back. We received this from Celsius. It's an IOU for $3 million. It's basically as good as money. It's as good as cash. $3 million Celsius, good as cash. We got it. Welcome. Welcome to the show, Harry. A side desk. Going to be worth something. Going to hold on to that one for sure. Oh, look. I have my... a spooky propel.
Nice.
Spooky propel.
Propel.
Allison, does this have a liquid IV in it? Or liquid 4? It does have liquid 4. Thank you. Guys, welcome to the show today. You guys see it is Halloween. We are super excited about today. Yeah, better hold on to that one. That's right. Better hold on to that one. Yeah, my name is Lloyd Christmas. This is my friend Harry Dunn over here, and we will be telling you guys how crypto is getting dumb and dumber all the time. Obviously. Someone thought we were Willy Wonka?
Willy Wonka? No. That's purple. That's purple. Clearly orange. This is clearly orange and blue. How could you miss this? Dumb and Dumber.
Have you not seen it? You watched it yesterday.
I watched it last night. Solid. It's a classic. You can't miss it. Come on.
Definitely one of the best movies of my childhood. If I saw it brand new today, I don't know what I'd think about it.
Yeah.
But definitely shout out to Jim Carrey. When I was young, I didn't have a beard or a mustache. There's some people on Twitter that still can't grow mustaches, but when I couldn't grow the facial hair, people used to say I look like Jim Carrey actually. So I had a Jim Carrey shirt. So obviously with the beard, it doesn't hit the same. So, all right, guys, guys, we got a show to do today. Hey, we have an astrologer on the show today.
That's right.
How appropriate for Halloween. He's going to be telling us what is going on with the stars when it comes to Bitcoin. And the markets, and some very interesting things he is going to tell us about where things could possibly be heading. And I know a lot of you guys laugh at some of this stuff, but, Marin's been dead on about a lot of stuff that she has said. And we're just going to, look, it's Halloween. We're going to have fun with it. We're going to see what happens. TJ looks like Young Gravy.
I don't even know who Young Gravy is.
He doesn't know who Young Gravy is. Come on.
Sorry, guys.
Come on. I love Young Gravy. Yeah, this is not a Bitcoin costume. Some people may call me a Bitcoin maximalist after seeing this costume.
Yeah, I mean, it is Bitcoin's birthday today.
It is Bitcoin's birthday, correct? How spooky.
Yeah.
How spooky is
Eerie.
that? Now, that's the birth of the white paper was on Halloween. Obviously, we know it began getting mined in January of 2009, correct? Halloween 2008. And wasn't Bitcoin Pizza Day recently? Or is it in November?
I think it's in November.
I thought I saw somebody share a post about it, but nobody really talked about it. When's Bitcoin Pizza Day? Does anybody know?
Bitcoin Pizza Day, May 22nd.
Oh, we're a long ways away. Yeah. I don't know why somebody shared that recently. Guys, don't forget to follow us on Instagram. We got 473K over on Instagram. Guys, there's been a lot of bot activity going on over there. They've been cleaning out. A lot of people's accounts got banned recently. But if you guys want to check out who's Seabass, where's Seabass at? I'll tell you what. You guys can see some of our clips and stuff like that there. And, of course, don't forget to follow us on Twitter, man. We have been going parabolic on Twitter recently. We're at 908.2K followers. It says today's my birthday. It's not really my birthday, guys. That's a lie. We just put that so people would think today's my birthday when it's not. So there we go. Don't forget, I'm going to be at the Web3 Summit. I just posted this picture. What's wrong with us? So, yeah. Let's go ahead and actually get started. Let's do a coin market cap update here. Now, TJ's right next to me, which is very strange.
It is.
I'm not used to this.
And both of us on screen at the same time, too. I'm not, whatever. Yeah. Nick's running the board today, so he's learning some of the new buttons. We really appreciate it. There we go. Now you can see the whole thing.
Robert Vermouth with a good Twitter post lately, man. Yeah, we've been killing it on Twitter. They say you look hilarious. I think I look appropriate, I guess. So, all right, we got cryptos, 21,581 exchanges, 521. We are back over a trillion market cap.
Hey.
We're at 1.01 trillion. Volume pretty good, 81.85, almost 82 billion. Bitcoin dominance, 38.7%. Wow. ETH dominance up to 19%. Are we starting to see some of the effects of the Ethereum merge? What do you think, TJ?
I would say, yeah, I think we are starting to see. I mean, the fact, even you also look at the 7-day, Ethereum up 17%, Bitcoin up 5%. I think, a lot of people staking for the yield, keeping it in there. I think we are starting to see some of the effects. Still holding out, though, minor capitulation, talking about Core Scientific, a lot in the news about potentially going insolvent. So you see, this is one of those little trippy areas, but you got Ben on there twice. You got to
I like this.
You got to hit take Ben when you're on the
Here, hold on. Put it back up.
Take Mac.
Put it back up.
There you go.
Does this mean I can get $6 million back?
Nice.
Celsius, we're coming for it. We got big news on Celsius, by the way, coming up this week.
Big
so we'll
news.
talk about it a little bit later.
No, but I think the merge is kicking in. I do think we will see dominance tick back up one more time, especially if we see that massive leg down that everybody is kind of on the fence about if it's coming. But if we do see another major crash, I think a lot into stables, a lot into Bitcoin.
That's right. Oh, wow. Falcons-Panthers game of the year. What a freaking game yesterday.
What a game.
Man, that's such a typical game. The Falcons lose. And we're in first place by ourselves.
Yeah.
So
with a 500 record.
500 record. That's right. They say first team to 8 wins is going to win the division.
Wow.
It's going to be us.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't for the worst call of all time, the Grady Jarrett roughing the passer against Tom Brady, we probably are 5-3. Where is Michael? Can we get Michael to come on stage too?
That's right.
Yeah, Michael, can you hop over here for a second? We just wanted to give you guys some nightmare fuel.
Yeah, we like to have fun around the office.
That's enough. You can go. Hop off. Okay. Guys, we have fun here. I don't know if you guys can tell. We have fun at BitBoy Crypto here. We're doing a bonanza today. We're doing trick-or-treating at everybody's office.
Hey.
That's pretty fun. I'm on no carbs, though, so. Hard to keep that hat on your big head. You have a really big head. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate that. All right, we got Bitcoin coming at 20,366. Guys, I made this comment. I know I just briefly discussed it yesterday on a video about how Bitcoin's been acting like an inchworm. It will move to an amount, and it'll sit there, and then it'll recoil, and then can it move up or move down? Looks like it's moving back down right now. There was no momentum after 20,700, and we also started seeing the volume has been dropping as well. So you can't see I don't want you guys to see my hairnet underneath my wig. This costume is very important to me. So we got Ethereum at 1568. It's been holding pretty tough here. We got overall market cap of Bitcoin at 390 billion, almost 200 billion for Ethereum. And just once again, guys, just look at Binance Coin. Binance Coin is about 25% of where Bitcoin or where Ethereum is right now in market cap, proving once again Ethereum way closer to Bitcoin than anything else is to Ethereum. We got XRP 45 cents. We got Binance Coin $1, obviously, or Binance USD. Dogecoin with the big pump, 107% move. TJ, what are your thoughts on Dogecoin right now? Did you see my bold tweet that I made that no matter what, I'm not buying Dogecoin?
I remember.
And do you agree with me on that?
I'm torn. I'll be real honest. I'm torn on it. We talked about it a little bit Friday. I mean, I understand not investing in meme coins. Actually, our Gaston Cruz, who's in the chat a lot, he texted me over the weekend asking a similar question, like, what do you think about Dogecoin? And it's for the channel and the BitSquad, because that's what I talked about is last time, right? Elon Musk pumping up Dogecoin. We knew he was going to do the SNL debut. We bought it maybe a couple weeks before the SNL debut and then sold it right before he went on.
Yeah.
A lot of our audience, though, however, held it through that and probably got wrecked on it. So I would say,
even though we told you,
and that's why I would say for the sake of the channel, I would say be very, very careful with it. But I would say there are opportunities with buy the rumor, sell the news kind of stuff. We're going to talk about it a little bit more on the after show today on the Blockchain Basement. We've got a story. Charles came out and spoke about it. A guy that's head of CTO at Algorand kind of said it'd be a shame if they did it because it'd be kind of a troll in some regards. Like as far as like, it's definitely not the best technology to be implemented with Twitter, and Twitter has a really big opportunity to be the #1 Web3 app. So there's definitely money to be made there. I know BitLord was talking about it a lot and tweeting about it, and he'll trade anything. If there's volume on it, he'll trade it. So if you're a trader, maybe. But.
Yeah, I mean, trading's a little bit different when you're only at short-term trades, but I just feel like I can't. I mean, I just feel like for the sake of the channel, like...
Yeah, I don't blame you.
If it gets utility, because... I'll tell you this. If Elon Musk literally does integrate Dogecoin, and it starts to look like there would be a reason to have it and to own it, then maybe. But to me right now, you're really just betting on that. You're betting on what, like, okay, so let's say he integrates Dogecoin. You don't think he's also going to integrate Bitcoin and Ethereum?
Exactly.
He's going to do both,
Right.
or all three, at least three, maybe more. So the question is, if he does all that, then what's the advantage of doing Dogecoin when, obviously Bitcoin and Ethereum have way bigger market caps and way more people to hold them. So it would be way more beneficial for the ecosystem for that to happen. You're really counting on Elon Musk. And then even if he does go the way you want to go, you're still counting on the community to really push the price up. And, for me, honestly, I still think, Sam Bankman-Fried in the chat. I still think that, whoa, what was that? Was that spooky?
Yeah, spooky.
Spooky. Oh my gosh, that was spooky. Satoshi Nakamoto calling from the grave. He is dead, by the way, I think. But we'll see what happens with it. I think you're counting on too much. I don't want to go through this whole thing. Meme coins are bad for the bull run. I believe that's a lot of what stopped the momentum of Bitcoin. What has Shiba been doing, by the way? Shiba up 26% over the last 7 days. Based on what? Based on Dogecoin moving. Guys, he's not integrating Shiba. So I would say this, if you are going to buy Dogecoin, you better stay away from Shiba. It don't make any sense. They're not integrating that. It's a competitor to Dogecoin. So if you, look, and I do not kill people over buying Dogecoin. Look, Dogecoin is one of the older projects. It does have some utility and use. I just don't want people to be confused for me buying it. I'm not going to. But obviously, there is something with Dogecoin that the other meme coins don't have. So it, water gun to my head. I've got to make a decision. Which meme coin would I get? I mean, it's going to be Doge over anything else, but I still just don't think it's, I don't think it's not what I want to be investing my money in. It's not. How can I come up here and say the number one thing we look at is use case?
Right.
Now, if it gets a use case, then we can examine that. But what if Elon created Shiba? Guys, what is wrong with that? Okay. Let's look at the biggest gainers of the last 24 hours. We have Chain XCN. Do you know about this one, Nick? Okay. OKB, Chainlink up 5%, Dogecoin up 6.7%, Avalanche up, a lot of 5% movers. Dogecoin up 107% for the week. Clayton up 46.18% for the week. Very interesting. Me the Protocol 30%, Shiba 26, Avalanche 21, Cosmos. A lot in that 15 to 18 range. Some pretty good movement from some of that stuff. So, yeah, there we go. So let's see what else. 11 Paraguay sends you an ETH transaction. Let's see. Biggest gainers of the week. Are there any big losers for the week? Let's see. Aptos still getting crushed. Casper getting crushed. Hey, now, Nick, aren't we talking about Casper a little bit? That's one. Okay, so I got a connection with one of the founders there, by the way. So we'll get on some research on this. But interestingly enough, Casper also potentially on the list of coins FTX shorted to death. So no surprise, you're looking at the two biggest losers of the week are two that FTX crushes with shorts. So no coincidence there. So SHIB is not a meme. It's Halloween, not April Fool's. I don't understand what that means. So, well, let's do this. Let's go ahead. We're going to bring on Cryptodamus onto the channel. We're going to talk about astrology and charts because it's Halloween. So let me get my earpiece on here. Where's DJ when you need him? Okay. Now this is going to be hard. I have to go under my wig here. It's not a wig. It's my real hair. Okay. Cryptodamus, how's it going?
Good. Excellent.
Yeah.
Good morning. Thanks for having me today.
Absolutely. It's a good day to have you on the show. Obviously, we dressed up for you. We dressed up just for you.
Happy Halloween.
That's it. Nick, can you find his Twitter and pin that in the top of the chat, please? What's your exact Twitter handle?
At Astro Crypto Guru.
At Astro Crypto Guru, Nick. So we'll put that in the chat so you guys can check it out. But yeah, so I want to bring you on today and talk about some spooky stuff in the charts, if you will.
Yeah, we got a big eclipse coming up on November 8th. That's kind of the big story right now. Astrologically, a lot of astrologers are talking about this. It's on USA Election Day. So you could say God has a sense of humor with this eclipse. It's a very complex, I would say kind of high stress eclipse. I think it's going to be a collective nervous system stress out day. No surprise there with the US election, right? A lot riding in the balance. Markets too, of course. We got the big Fed meeting coming up this week. We look at the stars, but we also look at the Fed.
Right.
So we want to see what the Fed is going to do this week. That's obviously going to be a big mover for the markets. So I think we're going to see a lot of volatility in the short term. I think we're going to continue to see this kind of, terrible, choppy market that's hard to trade in the short term. I don't see any big change in that, fake out pumps and then, dumps. So that's the kind of year it's been.
Yeah. Now, before I know you got some charts to show us, but before we get into that, I want to what is some, if I were to say provide some evidence that this stuff works, that there is like some kind of connection between the stars and between the eclipses and the trading action. What would you point to as kind of evidence that this works?
Well, I mean, I've been doing research on this since 2017 when I really started the financial astrology project for Bitcoin. And I mean, I have a track record of years with timestamped subscription reports. I mean, I have the longest running subscription service for financial astrology, just specifically for cryptocurrencies. And just follow my feed. I mean, you can see the correlations play out over time. I mean, am I going to be right every time? No. We look at astrology as it's just like another technical indicator, and just like any technical indicator, sometimes it's wrong too. But we think it gives an edge over time, and we think it gives a big picture with a little bit more predictive value that the standard technical analysis doesn't give. So we integrate it with, traditional financial technical analysis, macroeconomic analysis. Like we look at the Fed, they're still raising interest rates. So the Fed is short, I stay short, regardless of what the stars are saying. We look at the price action as king, right? That helps us. The astrology just gives context to the price action.
Yeah.
So it just gives us a little bit more information, a little bit more insight into what's going on. And long term, I think it's saying some really interesting stuff, which I told you earlier, was that we think this bear market is going to be surprisingly longer than maybe some people expect.
Yeah.
As far as evidence, I mean, you're never going to prove it to the skeptics. A lot of people say technical analysis doesn't work. So if you follow my feed over time, I think you'll see the correlations work.
So cool. So I think you said you got some charts. You want to share your screen?
Sure. Yeah, I can show you some charts. I mean,
Okay.
yeah. Let me just see. Let me just get on the screen share here. So let's see if this is working. Enter my screen. Okay, sorry, I'm not familiar with your
Nick, are you
with your
listening?
interface here.
It should say share screen. You should be able to click whether it's
Okay,
a
let me
window.
see here. Let's see if my
Hopefully it works.
does my trading view come up if I do that? No. Okay, let me see. I can't. Yeah, sorry. Let's see here. Share window, Chrome tab. Okay, Chrome tab. Let's see if we get that. Here we go. There you go. So, okay, there. Now, can you see my trading view there?
Wow, the astrologer uses day mode. This is freaky.
Ah.
Yeah, we see it. We see it.
You can see my trading view. This is the daily chart. I mean, if you look on the 4-hour chart, we've actually got a double top there. I mean, I'm looking at 22.6 here. I like this zone here. If you see a breakout here just in the short term, that would really flip me bullish. You'd get a higher high on the daily chart. But right now we're just stuck in this range. I mean, there's nothing new to report. We've all been looking at this same chart for 4 months. It's not doing anything. MACD's kind of starting to roll over here. Astrology in the short term, not really giving us that much information about what's going to happen. I think that probably obviously this 19 zone has been holding as support, and that's the critical zone. So I'm not sure I have technically a lot to add, because I think we're just going to see this range continue for a while longer. People have been calling me crypto doomists, actually, because I've been so so bearish recently, and I've been pretty much bearish all year. Hello, guys, can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Whoops. Okay.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Can you hear us?
Sorry. I gotta. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So yeah, I've been telling people not to allocate any money to this market all year, because the Fed policies and the astrology, has been pretty grim. Now, what we're seeing long term with the stars, I think, is that we've got a double unfavorable period coming up around the holidays. So I think you're going to want to buy your Christmas presents early this year, because we're looking at a market, possible dump, right? So probability, we deal with probability just like technical analysts do, for Christmas, New Year's, not looking so hot for crypto. So I would say this bear market is likely to continue, at least through the end of this year. And I agree with you on Dogecoin, by the way. I think this is just another meme coin pump and dump. 2022 bear market meme coins. I'm pretty skeptical of that situation. But what the astrology is really saying is to be really cautious. This is what I'm telling my followers, to be really cautious all the way until March 2023. Because there we've got astrological signals that look really pretty rough. And, that makes a lot of sense because I think the Fed's going to continue raising interest rates into next year. A lot of people are saying we might have a recession coming in Q1. But bigger risk overhang, I think, for crypto, and this is something I've talked about with Wendy, is that we think government regulations, I don't know what you think, but government regulations, I think, are coming out in Q1 2023. And I'm personally a bit concerned about this. And these stars are really saying that there's some big event that changes the market dynamic to the downside in March 2023. So I can't always predict the future. I can't always tell you what the markets are going to do. But what I can say is I'm just being cautious all the way into March 2023. And let's see what happens. I'm risk averse. I'm not going to make any big allocations until I know what happens with the government regulations for crypto. And this is a risk overhang that isn't affecting the stock market and is a little bit different. Do you have an opinion on the government regulation situation?
We're involved in it to high heavens. So we're working with the regulators on the back end to try to fix some of this stuff. So what it boils down to is right now people are going to have a binary choice to either support what SBF is doing or support what we're doing. And people are going to support what we're doing, obviously, because it's for the people in crypto. But if somehow what SBF wants goes through, it permanently ruins crypto in America. I will have to consider probably moving to a different country. And a lot of other people will probably have to consider that as well. If what SBF wants goes through, where basically to do anything in crypto, you have to have a license. It will completely destroy decentralization. It will completely destroy peer-to-peer transactions. And the way that it works, it's going to go towards blocklisting a lot of people's addresses that have ever interacted with an address that would be seen as being a bad address, whether they knew it or not. So I think this is very, very pivotal stuff, but I'm favorable. I understand what you're saying, but I think our bill is going to end up getting passed, and it's going to be an amendment to the Boozman bill. I think Q2 is, from what I'm being told, Q2 is when a lot of this stuff could happen, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. I mean, obviously, like I'm going off of my own destiny, and you're going off the stars. My own destiny is to win, and so we're going to win.
Yeah, well, again, I don't know what happens. I just know that we're seeing some worrisome stuff. I'm gonna throw up here my weekly chart actually, and I'm sure we're probably all looking at the same levels here on these charts, but the weekly chart, that's I want to see Bitcoin get back above this 200-week moving average, and that's at 23. It's all the way up to 23.9. It's actually meeting this horizontal resistance. So that's a key level, is right around 24,000. So, if Bitcoin does break up above 24,000 and hold it as support, I think that would be quite bullish. I don't see that happening in the short term, but, it's definitely possible if the Fed pivots more bullish. I am looking, down here, though, if we do get this capitulation, that this next leg down that you guys mentioned at the beginning of the show, down to that 10 to 12,000, 13,000 level, we got a lot of support from the old 2018, 2019 resistance levels should provide a support. So I really want to see Bitcoin hold this 11, 12,000 area in the macro long-term big picture, because that's just another macro higher low, and that means that the longer term bull run continues. So, and I think we could see that kind of capitulation in either in late December, early January, or in March again.
Well,
so that's
we've been targeting the end of this month, middle of next month. Well, excuse me, end of November, middle of December, for what we think could be a bottom. But we'll have to see. But look, everybody's got to understand, like, just because that's a bottom, that doesn't mean that things are really in the clear yet. I mean, if you go back and you look, what's really interesting is if we get a bottom in the end of November, if you go back to 2018, You know, the bottom came only about, you know, it came about December 14th or December 12th, I think, 2 weeks into December. You start really overlaying these 4-year cycles, and you start saying like, okay, well, in March, that's when Bitcoin started slowly moving up again. So maybe it's the kind of thing where we're going to have this turmoil where we bottom sometime this year, but it stays near the bottom for the next several months. And then maybe after March, we can get some positive momentum. So.
Yeah, and I mean, I think 2023 looks overall. I would just say it looks a little better than 2022. But thank God, right?
Not as far
there should be more opportunities for trading, but I don't think it's a great year. You know, I'm looking to 2024. I think the my astrological indicators line up with the halving being the next, you know, driver for the bull market, as it always has been. And by that time, all this macro stuff should be resolved. The inflation should be coming down. The Fed should be lowering rates, easy money again, and hopefully this war is over by then too. And so 2024, I think, is where things look a lot more hopeful.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us. This has been very insightful. I thought it was a great segment to do on Halloween today, talking about the stars and the eclipses and how it could relate to the charts. But you guys follow him on Twitter at Astro Crypto Guru. Thank you so much for joining us, Cryptodamus. We'll catch you later.
Thanks so much for helping, you know, to promote astrology too. I think it's a really valuable tool to have in your box.
Yep. All right. Well, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you later. Have a great day.
All right. Happy Halloween.
Yes, sir. What's going on here? Who's calling me now? I got to fix my hair. Guys, oh God.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's Prison Mike.
Oh no, it's Prison Mike. What's going on here? I'm caught on my...
He went from Lloyd to the scary lunch lady. Yeah.
Hey.
Go back.
You gonna eat that fruit cup? You want to eat that fruit cup?
Yeah.
Give me that fruit cup. Guys, I don't know how to wear it. Somebody said, you know what somebody said, TJ, in the chat?
What's that?
They said, this reminds them of the early days of the channel.
Yeah. That's kind of the idea.
I used to do the Fudd Trump impression.
Oh, yeah.
You remember Fudd Trump?
Fudd Trump, yeah.
Fudd Trump was great. That was golden.
Yeah, it was because it's the wig. You had a solid wig doing that as well. So.
God, it was always in my eyes the same way this one is.
Yeah,
that's
the best part.
That was tough right there, guys.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to meme that, I think. I don't know. I'm sure somebody will do it. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Smash the likes if you like, you know, the old days costumes and just having a little bit more fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it's, you know, I had Cryptodamus on, thought it would be fun to bring him on Halloween. What a day to bring him on, right? Also, guys, don't forget, by the way, that we do have the new, is it on here?
It should be on the channel.
Yeah, it is here. We have the new Around the Blockchain channel, guys. Starting in January, Around the Blockchain will officially be becoming its own channel. And you guys make sure, I'm not logged in here, which is why I'm not subscribed. But you guys make sure to go, if you go to the BitBoy Crypto homepage and you scroll down, you will see right here Around the Blockchain. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to our short form channel. If you're Spanish, we have the Spanish channel, Frankie Candles, Meta Money, Hit Network, NFT Alpha. Subscribe to all our channels, but you're definitely going to want to subscribe to Around the Blockchain because starting in January 2nd, it's moving completely to its own channel. We're restructuring some stuff. So you guys make sure to do that. So it's, guys, basically we do so much content on this channel. We only are allowed 3 notifications a day. So it makes sense for us to get the word out and get the content out to have individual channels for some of the stuff. The news wrap up will also be becoming its own channel and also BitLab Academy, I guess, right? Too.
Eventually.
Yeah. So we're going to have many, many more channels. It's a way for you to keep your content organized. Okay. All right. Let's see here. We got a couple stories. Bitcoin prices double top. That's basically what he was talking about on that chart. Quant analysis analyst Plan B. Do we call him a quant analyst?
I don't know.
I don't think I call him a quant analyst.
Well, he can't go by creator of the stock to flow chart anymore, so he needs some new branding. Quant analyst. Hey, it sounds good.
I like it.
Yeah.
It says major bottom signal flashing for Bitcoin as Bitcoin aims for 21,000 level. Guys, how many times is this guy going to say the bottom's in?
I don't know.
I mean, he is holding on to it. Look, I like Plan B. I love the start to flow chart. We pushed it heavily on this chat or on this channel for a long time. We believed in it. It didn't come through. It didn't come through. It was totally wrong. And so because of that, we've moved on. But when that's your claim to fame, I guess you can't move on. There's a lot of people out there, and you guys know the people. I ain't got to tell you who they are. They just keep telling you it's going to go up. They've been telling you it's going to go up ever since it was at 38,000. Yeah. Once it crossed below 38,000, we told you it wasn't coming back up for a while. Not because we want to be bearish. We want to give you the best information and be realistic with what to expect. So Look, if you can't see Bitcoin doesn't have any strength here, I can't help you in crypto. If your only source of information is relying on what YouTubers say or what people on Twitter say, then, go check the temperature. Most people do not believe that this is it. We're going back up. All of a sudden, guys, the volume hit 20,700, and then I think it actually did briefly touch 21, and then it came back down. Guys, there's no momentum. Where's the momentum? Where's it coming from? Fed comes out and they say, oh, no more raises? Sure, we need to see some momentum. But right now, I don't think that. Carver Coin says, I'm a big Bitcoin rainbow charter these days. Well, there you go. That's pretty good. All right, moving on. Oh, let's do Twitter Buzz. Twitter Buzz. Twitter Buzz. Twitter Buzz. Okay. Twitter Buzz. Breaking report. Mansfield Energy issues diesel shortage warning, says U.S. rapidly devolving, corporate media silent. I want to know what you guys think about on this. I have not actually delved far into this. I found this out from my mom last night. My mom called me and she was like, do you know about this diesel shortage? And I was like, what are you talking about? And she was like, yeah, apparently we only have like 20 days left of diesel fuel. I was like, me immediately, like, not my problem. I don't have a diesel vehicle. She said, yeah, the trucks do, dummy. I was like, oh, yeah, thanks, Mom. Thanks, Mom. Appreciate that. She didn't say dummy, but she was thinking it. So I'm just kidding. But the point is that, guys, apparently we are in the midst of a giant diesel, the trains as well. Somebody said the trains run on diesel, correct. So this could be very, very bad for supply chain. You think about already having supply chain problems, and now you could be potentially looking at longer supply chain problems again. And, this stuff, it kind of takes a few weeks or a few months to really kick in. So we'll have to see what happens. I think that this could be something very concerning. So, definitely check that out. All right. Breaking. Asset management giant Apollo has launched a Bitcoin and crypto custody service for its clients. Apollo manages $515 billion in assets. This is not to be confused with the Project Apollo in crypto. They got some crazy supporters over there. Yeah, have you ever even heard of this?
No.
Houston, we have a problem. Guys, another asset manager. They're all jumping into crypto. I tell you what I am really interested in is I'm not worried at all about these people jumping into Bitcoin. I'm more concerned and more focused on when are we going to see the Ethereum tokenomics message start spreading and these institutions moving into Ethereum. It has the yield curve now, and of course it has, superior tokenomics to Bitcoin. There are more coins, of course, but the deflation is stronger. It will be deflationary at times, and the inflation is much lower than that of Bitcoin right now. So we'll have to see what happens. So, all right, let's move on. Next, we have wheat prices rise by up to 7.3% as Russia pulls out of the grain deal. I guess you could say they're going against the grain here. So guys, I think when you're really looking across the landscape, at what are they doing? They having a party out there?
I know, right?
When you're looking across the landscape in the world, it's a little concerning right now. You have the diesel shortage, you have food shortage problems, you have an energy crisis going on because people aren't going to be able to afford power. They're saying like people in England are going to be dying because they can't heat their house.
Jeez.
It's going to be that cold. Have you heard any of this?
I've heard a lot of it. It's tough for me.
Is it fear-mongering?
Yeah, that's what it feels like to me. It feels like somewhat of fear-mongering. It feels like, they're trying to set the stage for absolute disaster. You got to hit Twitter out to get away from this, or Twitter in. That's the only way out. Yeah, Twitter. There you go. Yeah, with the... I feel like they're setting the stage for next year to be a lot scarier than it actually is. So then they can, of course, come in and be the hero like they always like to do. Scare everybody, tell them you're not going to eat, you're not going to be able to heat your house, people are going to be dying, just like maybe they did a couple years ago. Everybody's going to die. Everybody's going to die.
Whoa!
Nobody died.
People did die.
Well, some people died.
People did
but not nearly as many as they said. The problem wasn't nearly as bad as they said. So I feel like some of this...
Do you think the people that made those predictions were happy about that not as many people died? Or do you think they wanted to hit their marks?
No, I think they wanted to hit their marks.
I agree 100%. Yeah.
As scary and as sad as that is, yeah.
When are you releasing the full Charles Hoskinson interview? 2 weeks ago, bud.
Yeah.
Go check it out. Saturday, 2 weeks ago.
They crushed it. It was one of our top videos.
It was a great video.
Yeah,
I
by the
mean,
way, anybody who hasn't seen it, you should definitely go check it out. The whole
Yeah.
hour long is great. He gives a lot of hot takes on a lot of different things. Shout out to Algo in there. He even says he likes some of their tech.
yeah.
That's what got me off the bench and finally got me to go get some Algo. I'm like, oh, if Charles thinks they're doing some cool tech stuff, they're probably doing some cool tech stuff.
Well, when you hear that, I mean, only one thing comes to mind. I'll go buy it.
Oh, gosh.
I'll go
You're on a
buy
roll
it.
today. You're on a roll today.
I know. I'm on a roll. All righty then. Sorry, that's my Ace Ventura quote. Do you guys think Ace Ventura would be allowed today?
Probably not. There's a lot of
No.
old movies like that doesn't seem like.
Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel. That's not allowed anymore, guys. Poor taste.
Yeah.
Poor taste, Jim Carrey. How could you have known, though, 20 years ago? Okay. Bitcoin's white paper anniversary, 14 years to transform the exchange of value. And no doubt about it, Bitcoin has certainly changed the landscape. The crypto community is celebrating the 14th anniversary of the publishing of the Bitcoin white paper, which happened on October 31st, 2008. Happy Bitcoin White Paper Day. Here is your quant analyst, Plan B. 50% of you did not read it. 50%? 50%? You think 50% of people in Bitcoin have read the white paper?
No. Well, I mean,
No.
in Bitcoin or in crypto? Like, I think if
it
you
doesn't
take
matter.
out, yeah, I mean,
50%?
yeah, probably not since 2016 or something like that.
No, I'd say it's probably 5%, if I were to guess.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people invest and they don't care.
That'd be a great poll. We should poll everybody in this office and see what the numbers like. If it's 20%, I mean, I think we'd skew high.
Yeah.
But I'd just be curious. Even within this office, it's probably like 20-30%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or yeah, there you go. Drop a poll in the chat. Who's?
I read it.
They're gonna lie. They're gonna say they've all read.
I actually have a read the
I'm
Bitcoin.
serious.
I have a read the Bitcoin white paper in 365 days calendar, and it tells me how many sentences I have to read the Bitcoin white paper every year.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool. Hey,
Have you done it?
we should make that.
Yeah.
We could sell that. That'd be good.
The
I mean, I really
the 1
have
year
it.
white paper.
Yeah, 1 year white paper. Okay. So there it is. Today's president still hangs over the market. Yada yada yada. I mean, there's not too much to it, guys. That's the white paper. There it is. Now, just so you guys know, a little history about the white paper. A little history. Do you guys want a little bit of Bitcoin history here?
Yeah, just the tip.
A little bit of the history here is that when you look at this is what a lot of people will recognize here. Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. This here is the big disagreement, but 80% no. Yeah.
See, I told you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
This here is the big disagreement among a lot of hardcore Bitcoiners and the rest of the people, because it was meant to be a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. But what does it become? It's actually become more like digital gold, because the number one value of Bitcoin is that it appreciates in value. So why, especially if you live in a third world country, would you want to spend your Bitcoin like electronic cash? You want to hold on to it. This is actually what the Bitcoin Cash fork was about, which is the biggest thing in crypto in 2017, the Bitcoin Cash fork. Made a lot of waves, made Roger Ver one of the Bitcoin heroes of all time, made him into a villain because he believed it was more important to keep it as an electronic cash system, therefore making bigger blocks so it could be faster. And there was a big split in the community. He wasn't actually the one that came out with that idea, but he was the one that supported it, that people know. And you now saw one of the biggest heroes, the first person ever to accept Bitcoin on a retail website was Roger Ver. Almost every early major Bitcoin company, you know who the angel investor was? Roger Ver. But guess who's vilified more than anybody else?
It's so weird this came up. I was thinking of it over the weekend, that I wish more people understood that story, and that he does not, like, we would not be where we are today without Roger Ver. You know who pitched the Winklevoss twins? Roger Ver. He got the first, like, it was really Roger Ver and the Winklevoss twins that were the first kind of real VC money getting behind a lot of these Bitcoin projects. And like you said, he would invest. Is it Bitcoin? Okay, boom, here's some money. Like, just get it going. He was all in to get it off the ground and to get us to where we are today. And he gets, like you said, vilified, I think, too much without reason. And I mean, there's some context to it. I don't agree with everything he did.
Of course, right.
But net positive, far and away,
Overall,
not even close.
For sure.
Yeah.
So a good book for you guys. Well, catching up to crypto, you guys can go to bitboycrypto.com. Let me go here to bitboycrypto.com. Bitboycrypto.com. You guys can click on book up here. And you click book, order the book. Catching Up to Crypto will be out January 11th. But of course, you guys want to get those early copies in, so you guys can help us get a bestseller. we're going to give you a lot of this history. We're going to give you a lot of this history of the stuff that happened in Bitcoin that you're unaware of if you came in new. So this book, what it does, if you're newer to crypto or know someone newer to crypto, it fills the gap. That's what we say. The first day you came and tried to watch a YouTube video and you were like, what did they talk about? And you're watching my channel. We're very simple. We keep things very plain for our audience. And yet you still couldn't quite understand. This book fills that gap. I couldn't put in 60 videos the amount of information you're going to get in this one book.
Yeah.
So you guys definitely want to make sure to go check that out.
It's like a CME gap for crypto.
It's a CME gap for crypto.
You get it all filled in one quick wick.
Absolutely. 9 years after the first Bitcoin ATM, there are now 38,804 globally. I'm not a big fan of Bitcoin ATMs. I don't really, to me, it's like there's really one of two reasons why you would want to use one. Thank you, Richard Day, for ordering that copy. Appreciate that. The fact is that you would either need lower fees than Coinbase or another site, or, well, I guess if you only have cash, that's another good way to do it. But if you only have cash, you probably don't want. But then the other reason would be because you don't want to do KYC for whatever reason. Well, if you don't, almost all of the Bitcoin ATMs require KYC now. So I'm really confused on why a lot of people are still using them because they don't meet those two requirements. But it's fun to see. Fun to see when you go to a gas station. On October 29th, 2013, a coffee shop in Vancouver opened what was the first publicly available Bitcoin ATM. In October alone, 129 of the newly installed ATMs were located in the U.S. out of a total of 205. Litecoin is popular with almost 81% of ATMs supporting the crypto, and Ether follows closely at 74%. That's interesting. Thank you, Sin City Crypto. Hola, Sin City Crypto. Good to see ya. You guys, they got a Halloween special after our show, I think. So you guys want to go check that out. I think they got XRP Jenna, they got Forrest, and who's the other person y'all have on? Drop it in the comments. Just under 40% supporting the so-called meme coin. Wow. Halloween crypto represent last minute costume ideas. Shh, we got you. I saw the title for this and I did not look at the costumes. So this will be fun. All right, here we go. Halloween started in Ireland. It was originally known as Samhain. Or Samhain. I don't know how to pronounce that. Was the start of the dark half of the year. The Irish have two halves of the year, one light, one dark. So here we go. We got the blockchain. This suave guy dressed up as the blockchain. Of course, he posted the outfit to Reddit.
Hey. Fun fact.
Yep.
One of the first times, I don't know if it was, we've met in person before, but one of the very first times Ben and I saw each other in person was at 2018 World Crypto Con. This time of year, Bitcoin birthday party, Halloween show. He was dressed up full spandex BitBoy.
You invited on my Instagram very early on.
Brian and I were dressed up as the blockchain, saying that we had big, like cinder block looking things and a chain around our neck, and giant trash bags because we were carrying our bags with us, and they were very heavy. And it was, when I say giant,
it was huge.
It was huge. It was Brian's idea. I don't even know where he got the trash bags. They were filled with massive balloons, and everybody in the entire room stopped and looked at us as we walked in.
Y'all looked ridiculous.
Yeah, like it would fill this entire set. It's insane. Yeah.
So you'd say your block is bigger than this guy's block.
My block's definitely bigger than that block.
Cool.
Yeah, lasts longer too.
Here's some of the comments. Okay. Not family friendly. Not family friendly. Doubles of the chastity belt. All right. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, this guy at another party upgraded to the Lightning Network.
That's pretty good.
Ben, are you for or against decentralized ID verification systems? Example would be web auth by Proton. I don't know enough about that one to comment specifically, but I do think eventually all of our IDs are decentralized on blockchain. Of course, we have this day trader. Somebody put Michael Saylor as his face.
Yeah.
Bitcoin Barbie.
Okay.
That's cool. Just dress up like Barbie and put a Bitcoin in it.
I don't get it.
Bitcoin miners. Atlanta Tech Village. Of course, this would be the Atlanta Tech Village.
I'll say, where's Nick? Is Nick in the background?
What year is this from? 2018. Yeah, this is these are people that they used to do a Bitcoin meetup up there. I think it turned into a Bitcoin Cash meetup eventually.
Oh yeah.
Halloween Doge. Okay, cool. Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Dress as an NFT. What?
Dressed as an NFT.
That doesn't. Oh, is she? Uncut Gems. That's a good movie. She's the girl in the movie?
Oh, Eddie Parrot's dressing up as Eddie Parrot.
No shocker there. No shocker there. Okay. All right, moving on here. After nailing the 2022 meltdown, but wait. Where was his melt up? Why does he get credit for nailing the meltdown, but he doesn't get credit we don't give him responsibility for making up the term Meltup in crypto. Like, you know, that term was coined last year, by the way. If you go look at Investopedia.
Really?
Oh yeah, that's not been a thing people talked about until all of a sudden we were in a bear market times, and there's a melt up. It's gonna. Here's the idea of a melt up. Okay, you want to know what a Meltup is? You really want to know what a Meltup is? I'll tell you exactly what a Meltup is. It's a bull trap.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's it.
Yeah.
A Meltup is a bull trap. It means the price all of a sudden goes up and then it dumps. That's a bull trap, guys. I don't understand why we had to create new terms for stuff. It's ridiculous. But he's in a new episode of the All In podcast. Paul Habatia says he's bullish on the S&P 500. He believes the stock market index has carved a short-term bottom. Let's see. Doesn't say anything about rates here. I think there's a point where you have to start to get pretty constructive about where things are going, because if this stuff could not bring the market down, it's hard to see something other than an exogenous event, probably some Russia-Ukraine event really having a negative impact. Seems pretty bullish for me. I mean, I actually do tend to agree with him here. If we have put the bottom in, then this is very bullish for Bitcoin, very bullish for crypto, because if this macro environment couldn't bring it down, what will? You know, so very interesting here. Crypto traders keep a close eye on the S&P 500 as strength in the equities market suggests that deep-pocketed investors are allocating to risk on assets like stock and digital currencies. So we'll have to see what happens. I do think that we still do get another bottom. I mean, or how? Let me ask you this question, TJ.
Mm-hmm.
How confident are you? Yeah, I yawned on the show. I'm sorry. How confident are you that the bottom is not in?
Oof. So my big prediction has always been this last Fed rate meeting, you know, and so had we not pumped up this much beforehand, I would have said fairly confident. Right now, I'm sitting pretty much on 50-50. Like, it feels like to me we're going to get another rate hike this week. It's going to pull us back into the 19s, low 19s, 19.1, 19.2, 19.5.
So that's a midterm election.
Right. And then I think we survive through the midterms. They don't raise in December, and we see the, you know, near bottom now. So I don't know. I think we could have potentially closed the absolute bottom, but, you know, there's still that, you know, I mentioned earlier, Core Scientific, you know, there's people circling the wagons there of insolvency. BlockFi having issues because they're supposed to get a big loan from Core Scientific.
Yeah.
So that's another, could be, you know, and then the war stuff. I mean, I think there's a lot of fear mongering going on. I'm concerned. I said it last week about mainstream media saying so 100% everything's bad next year. Recession. So maybe we fade out of it early. But, you know, I put it on 50-50. I guess it's hard to say. I'm accumulating either way. I sat out last week because I think we were going to pump. I think we're going to dump on the rate hike. I'd accumulate off of that dump. If we go lower, accumulate more. But at this point, I'd say, you know, we're in the accumulation range.
Yeah. Somebody says, he said Metal-up, but I think he said Meltup was coined by Jeremy Gratham over 4 years ago, just added to Investopedia last year.
Yeah, it takes time.
And in the last 1 year, it's been added. Maybe it was early this year, but, you know, somebody else may have coined it, no pun intended. But of course, you know, it takes a while to put it in there.
What about you? Do you think 100% we see lower, or where do you fall on it?
I was saying 80% chance that we were going to see lower. I feel like I'm probably closer to 65 to 70% right now.
Mm-hmm.
I've moved a little bit. I mean, because, you know, basically I am so big on looking at the fundamentals, these 4-year cycles and how it stacks up. False top theory. If the false top theory ends up being correct, then that does line up with where the bottom was. And when you look at the capitulation events that caused us to get that low, we're not going to see that again. I don't think in this market. So, you know, well, so you're saying there's a chance,
right?
TJ. That's pretty good. So, you know, I don't feel as strongly as I felt a few weeks ago. But I would tell you that I do still think the history will bear out. I think we will get another bottom. So, well,
I mean, and he was talking about early 2023. I could see the regulation coming down and coming through, and that being kind of the catalyst that, you know, kind of like the pandemic wick, where it wicks really hard, March 2023 on this regulation news. Everybody wants to figure out what it is. Once they do, boom, we're off to the races and we build from there. That's another scenario where we could bottom early next year.
So he says blockchain backer changed his mind. He gave me some stuff to think about for sure.
Yeah,
he definitely gave me some stuff to think about. That's why we love having people on the show. It's not for y'all. You think I bring people on for y'all? No, it's for me. Davenport report. How bad do you think SBF's reputation was tarnished during that cringe of an interview? We'll talk about that in like just a minute. We're gonna move to that. Bond yields rise ahead of pivotal rate hikes. That's not good. You don't want the bond yields rising. Stock stalled and the dollar bond yields edged higher on Monday as record Eurozone inflation, weak Chinese data, Russia's withdrawal from a crucial grain pact set traders up for another Federal Reserve rate hike this week. Eurozone inflation came in higher than economists have been expecting to. And I tell you this, one thing is when you look at the raising of the rates is that we see Europe's already backing down from raising the rates and they're getting worse. So, I definitely believe we still have at least one more in, but, I still think December was, when things are going to be paused and we'll see what happens. The striking news so far is that China is slowing, but that's not a shocker, in my opinion. We will see what Australia does tomorrow and then Fed on Wednesday and Bank of England on Thursday, which by the way, I believe I am, I'm going to be at a blockchain event in Australia in May. So you guys just committed to that today. So really excited about that. If Ben had dyed his beard black, it would have been awesome.
Yeah.
I would have shaved completely. If I were really committed to this, I would have shaved completely. And it would have been good. We could have done a tracker on my mustache growth to see how long it takes to grow out compared to the other guys, 20 years.
Here's some breaking news on from Unusual Whales. Just in, existing Twitter verified accounts will lose their blue check marks in 90 days if they don't subscribe to the new Twitter blue.
That's not breaking. That's from yesterday.
Oh, well.
Were you on Twitter yesterday all day? I was.
I wasn't. It says breaking. Or just it says just in, but it is about 10 hours old.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the new thing. Twitter verification badges. You're gonna pay $20 for it. So, which I'm fine with.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still feel like for people that already have the checks or whatever, they just do a different color or something. Yeah. I don't mind paying $20 for it at all. Yeah. It doesn't bother me a bit. But those things are hard to get. So, Ryan Winter, first halving supply shock, 4,000 Bitcoin day. Second halving supply shock, 2,000 per day. Third halving supply shock, 1,000. Some people say it's 900 a day. Supply shock would be 500 Bitcoin per day. This equals diminished returns. Thoughts? How would that?
No.
That doesn't make any sense. That shouldn't be diminished returns because it's getting rarer and rarer and rarer and rarer. I see what you're saying, though. He's saying that I see what he's saying. He's saying the supply shock is less Bitcoin per day, so therefore it
okay.
Yeah, I see what he's saying. Actually, I don't know. Maybe I think this next cycle will tell the tale. If we get reversal of if we get the reversal of diminishing returns, then it's not valid. If we get the reversal of diminishing returns, then that doesn't hold true. If we don't, and it stays status quo, and instead like Bitcoin doesn't even double from its last all-time high, then that might be something to look at. So, all right. Let's see here. Listen to this douchebag. You want to see a douchebag in the chat? Crypto Pump. Dude, stop donating super chats. This guy has so much money. Come on. Well, you know what, douche? We give all our YouTube money away to our Pluto Alliance NFT holders. So you're the one that looks like an idiot, sir. You're the one that has a stupid name called Crypto Pump, and you're in here trying to dump in my chat. That is low IQ, sir. So basically what you're saying is you don't want everybody who owns our NFTs who are in the chat to earn their money. You guys go get him. Go get that guy. Y'all go get that guy. Yeah, okay, I'm not talking about some meme coin. Delete that super chat. Get that super chat out of here. Guys, if you shill meme coins in my super chats, we will just delete it. So, and then we'll take that money like Robinhood and give it to the poor. Gifted subs.
Oh, hey. All right.
Hey,
thanks
appreciate
for that.
Appreciate that, guys. Appreciate
Love
that.
the basement chat. Yeah, I'm not logged in on the basement chat over here. I will get that logged in so I can keep chatting with you guys because I know.
So let's talk about everybody's favorite hero, SBF. SBF versus Air Force. Now, TJ, you and I were in the chat the entire interview.
Yeah,
right?
we came back from the gym. We missed the beginning of the interview. I came back from the
first
gym.
5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was on somebody's computer, and I immediately texted you like, "Oh, it's going down. They're going." I mean, it was like before I even watched any of the interview, it was visibly Sam. You could hear the nervousness in his voice and the shakiness, and like the word count is what blew my mind. Like it'd be 1,000 words, it seemed like, from Sam, and then Eric would ask like one simple question, he'd say 2 or 3
1 or 2
things.
sentences.
Yeah, like so this is what you're trying to say, and then like blah 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 blah. Like he would never give a straight like yes or no answer. You're gonna have to hit take Ben to get rid of that. Yeah, you're good.
What's that?
Nothing. The extra box. We got to work on that.
Yeah, guys. Nothing bad about an extra box, if you ask me.
Hey. But yeah, so I mean, obviously it was a crazy chat. Altcoin Daily jumped in a little bit. I mean, it was
Must-see TV.
It was, yeah, there was a couple points when Sam would say something, I was literally like yelling at the computers, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he just said, like, insulting things, like, you know, like, oh, you didn't even read my latest draft? Like, how could you even be commenting? He's like, no, I don't have to read it. Like, I read your blog of what you said you thought, and that's what I'm responding to.
Devin report says his brain broke during the email protocol section. It
Yes,
did. You
it
literally
did.
watch his brain like
Yes.
come out of his head like it was an out-of-body experience and just break in half in the two halves.
I thought he was about to pull a Katy Perry, like,
oh, robot.
guy.
So yeah, we're gonna look at some of this stuff. I think they used one of my tweets here in this article that we're gonna look at. But you know what was really telling to me was that, guys, I really wish that you guys understood this is the most pivotal moment in crypto history in the United States. Period. There has never been a moment like what we're looking at right now. There is so much on the line with this regulation that literally there will be people that are going to need to move out of the country if this goes south. And I don't believe it is. I think we're going to win. We talked to some more people about the bill and funding. We're trying to get the dollars in so we can make it public and stuff like that. But the fact that this is the biggest thing in crypto, this is the biggest moment in crypto, and this debate between these two men represents the two sides. We stand with Eric Voorhees. SBF, I don't know who stands with him. Brett Harrison, he's probably the only one. Maybe his mom, I don't know. His mom went to Stanford. Maybe Katie Hahn loves him too because she went to school with his mom. So the whole idea is that this is the biggest thing going on, and what did it peak out at? Like 1,000 viewers?
Right around 1,000.
We get 4 times more on an average slow day than they get. And it's like, guys, that to me tells everything. I'm not trying to degrade people that watch this channel. I'm just saying that is the moment of our time. Like, this is the moment that I think is going to push SBF into the corner and lose overall in his regulation. If you guys have not watched that debate, you must go watch it. It was so embarrassing for Sam Bankman-Fried, and I laughed so hard so many times. You couldn't believe what you were watching. No. I want to say this. Never in my entire life have I seen a more one-sided debate on anything anywhere.
Yeah, agreed. 100%. Yeah. I kept saying that throughout the whole time. It was overwhelmingly in Eric's favor, and like I said, you could hear it all in the calmness of his voice. I mean, he was very composed. He understood what he was saying, and every question he would ask SBF, you could hear like constant backpedaling and very politician-like answers, but not political at all because he was so nervous. So yeah, it is pivotal. I think he really exposed him in a lot of different ways, and then had to come out really and do almost a mea culpa tweet and basically saying, I'm not going to talk about this anymore. Definitely not publicly. You know, he didn't say his team made him do that, but that's the way it came across that, like, look, you're not
in charge, bro.
Fit to answer these questions. Maybe with politicians, you can use big words and talk over their head and, sound really good and smart. But when somebody who knows the nuances of blockchain and what you're saying about regulating a front end like that, it just falls, that argument falls apart so quickly. So they really kind of messed that one up.
And I'll tell you, I'm supposed to go on Bankless on Wednesday. I hope they're going to be able to be adults, to be honest with you. And the truth is, yes, apparently I hate people with glasses. It's actually not true.
Yeah, I might be getting some glasses next week.
Well, I'm going to be wearing glasses on that interview. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. But look, like, the truth is we're on the same side. Like, we're fighting for this decentralization to stand. Nobody's for SBF. They didn't really do any moderation on that podcast. They just let Eric Voorhees come in and just stab him. And, so I certainly hope we're going to be able to have a good debate about, I don't really know what we're debating. I guess what we're debating is who is the average person in crypto. That really is what we're debating. I did a poll on YouTube. 70% of people on Twitter, 70% of people on Twitter say they came into crypto through YouTube. We are the largest American YouTube channel. You can't tell me we don't represent the average person in crypto. And if you're not for the average person in crypto, then who are you for? The suggestion of who Ryan Sean Adams says he wants to, you're going to love this, TJ. His suggestion of who should regulate crypto is Jake Travinsky of Blockchain Association, which I want to get out and say this. I have no problem with Blockchain Association. No problem with Jake Travinsky. But do you know who funds them?
Oh, gosh. Who?
Digital Currency Group.
Of course they do.
Digital Currency Group. So now you see, guess who else Digital Currency Group has money in? Ripple. So now you have Blockchain Association doing the amicus curiae on behalf of XRP, of Ripple. You guys kind of see where that's going. But look, we certainly want the support of Blockchain Association. I'm just saying, Digital Currency Group has some hooks into them. How hard are they? I don't know. You know who has their hooks into us? Literally nobody. And we will continue to fight for the people. And that's the message I want to get across is we're fighting for the average person. We're not fighting for the person who is a blockchain tech dev. That's not who we're fighting for. We're not fighting from somebody who was super successful on Wall Street and is now moving over to crypto. No. We represent the person who sees their crypto as a dream to be able to stop living paycheck to paycheck and maybe retire one day. And that's who we represent. And if they can't see that that is the majority of the people in crypto, then I can't convince them. The numbers are very clear. The numbers are very clear on that. So smash the like button, guys. We got almost 5,000 people in the stream. Go ahead and smash that like button. Number one thing you can do, if you like that we do fun stuff on this channel, we don't take ourselves too serious,
right?
But we certainly take serious issues seriously. Make sure to smash that like button. I feel like Yosemite Sam or something with this hat right now. I don't know. Or
it doubles for a lot of different things. There's somebody else.
This kind of looks like the...
somebody said, are you dressing up as Elton John? I think both of these have been an Elton John look at one point or another.
What hasn't been?
Super chat asking about Adam. Did we already do a deep dive on him? I know we shot it, didn't we? Has it already posted?
Is it already posted? Oh, we haven't shot. It hasn't been posted
so it
yet.
should post this week.
And thoughts on Phantom, Thorchain, Elron? We like Elron, probably the best out of those three. Do like Thorchain, Phantom. I'm jury's still out on that.
Yeah, Thorchain, another hack though.
Another one?
Yeah, they're constantly having. Not Thorchain itself. I think a bridge got exploited, but it's a good tech. And they're trying to do good things, but exploit after exploit, definitely not a good look.
BitBoy Crypto for president, TJ for VP, Frankie Candles, chart boss. Thank you, Jimmy Boyd. Okay, so let's get into the story. FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried was in the news again, and the CEO may have caused some ripples in the crypto community for his alleged views and thoughts. FTX CEO appeared on a podcast hosted by Bankless on the 28th of October. His participation was largely associated with the regulatory policy shared by him on October 19th. Sam Bankman-Fried's thoughts on the podcast, as well as his proposed regulatory standards, attracted a lot of criticism from the community. His stance has been described as leaning towards centralization and robbing crypto of its essence by lightening it to traditional finance. Influencers such as Ben Armstrong, better known as BitBoy, have urged people to shut down their FTX accounts. And if this is what I'm known for, then amen, brother. That's all I got to say. Of course, guys, if you do have an FTX account and you do have a Voyager account, or if you have a Voyager account, you have to open one on FTX. Open it up, keep it open, get your money. After you get your money, get out of there. That's what I got to say. And we got a lot to tell you probably later this week about what is going on with Celsius and Sam Bankman-Fried. You got it.
Real quick.
Won't believe it.
Real quick. If you can come to my screen, I just happened to see, not you literally, but Arcane Bear just posted a great little GIF. I don't know if you can take my monitor. Side comp. No, no connection. Okay, well, never mind then. But anyway, it's the scene from 300 where the guy's kicking and boom down into the pit there, and it's Eric Voorhees giving SBF the kick. And that was one thing that I think a lot of people didn't like. Even after the debate, some of his kind of tone of his tweets are very much like spoiled kid that's mad and like, fine, you guys don't want my help, I'm out. Like, sure, I'm sure you guys have tons of relationships with regulators and government officials, so sure, just handle it all on your own. I'm out. I'm done with this. CT, we'll put it to CT to handle now. And it's just, I don't know. It's rubbing a lot of people the wrong way.
They say we look like the two guys from the Dumb and Dumber movie.
Hey, funny how that works.
All right to them.
Yeah. Still not Dumb and Dumber.
I know. That's my favorite Jim Carrey quote, though. So, yeah, and we got more stuff about FTX, guys. We got a lot of information. We're talking with some reporters, some different stuff about what they're doing. I can't wait. Guys, I'm telling you, Sam Bankman-Fried's done in this industry. I really believe that. Sam Bankman-Fried, as we know him, the previous iteration of the White Knight of crypto, that is dead. That narrative is over, and we're going to make sure that we continue to push this because he's bad for crypto. Look, guys, you know what I thought was so interesting? I don't know if you picked up on this. I talked about this on a video on Saturday night. Is that, okay, we were the people that started sounding the alarm bells before anybody. We've been whistleblowing on this for 6 weeks now, okay? Nobody else knew until 2 weeks ago. What's interesting is what two things did he say in that original manifesto he was still for? Decentralization and peer-to-peer transactions.
Yep.
But did you notice on the interview how much he talked about licensing?
Tons.
Federal bit license, guys.
Yeah.
That's what he's pushing. That's what he's pushing 100%. We do have a full bit license video coming out for you guys. We're going to detail what is so bad about this and why we must continue to fight.
And I think that's why all of his answers were so indirect. Like when you ask a direct question, he would dance around it because, I mean, he even said, like, we can agree that the bit license in New York is one of the worst pieces of legislation that ever came out. It kept New Yorkers really far behind. It kept the industry really far behind. And he wouldn't really directly acknowledge that. I mean, he'd say, yeah, we don't want to do that, but and then he talk. Like you said, it's all about licensing the front end.
I'll tell you, if I was moderating that debate, after about 1.5 sentences of saying nothing, I would have stopped him every time.
Yeah.
No, can you answer the question?
Right. Even the chat was like, what is he saying?
Nobody knew.
He's just rambling. And then that chair was vibrating like nobody could believe.
FTX US encourages staff to relocate to new Miami headquarters. FTX US, the crypto exchange operator, is pushing staff to move to Miami a month after naming the city as its U.S. headquarters. Staff has been encouraged to make the move by mid-November, according to people familiar with the matter. Their leadership is also in transition, with former President Brett Harrison, who stepped down the day after we released the details on what they're doing, big shocker, big surprise, and then followed me the next day, who's based in Chicago, stepping down in late September, taking an advisory role. Miami resident Zach Dexter, who previously led FTX US's derivatives unit, took over from Harrison. Hey, can you pull down my screen for 1 second? I want to look at one thing real quick. Let's see. Where is the one that I want to see? Over 5,000 current. Let's go. I think it was from this guy. Don't pull this up. I just want to check and see what this guy was talking about. He sent me a...
Just whip my hair.
Well, that's weird.
Whip my hair back and forth.
That's weird.
Do I think Doge is holding its value what? I think there's a little bit to that. I think the people that mined it early on probably were the biggest profit takers from this most recent pump.
No, I don't think anybody who mined it earlier held on.
No, I'm talking about like the less
for Dogecoin. You're saying?
Yeah, like if you've been mining it like since the Ethereum merge,
founders have none.
You've got ETC and Doge. You got a Ravencoin. You've only got a few proof of work options. If you put a miner on it, and then you saw this pump, the miners are definitely the ones that are selling to pumps.
Look at this comment right here. Scroll up just a little bit, or just leave it. Pause the chat over there on the YouTube. Go up one. Okay. Bonkers Woo says SBF literally said the New York bit license did not work because it wasn't at a federal level. Yeah. It works at the federal level.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
This guy is evil. Evil. I wish somebody could, he's more evil than the guy that died of the rat poison on his cheeseburger at that restaurant. He got a heart attack. Does anybody remember that? He had a heart attack. They tried to save him with ketchup and mustard, squirting it in his face.
Oh, yeah.
That's a dumb and number joke, guys. So anyways, there we go. SBF is evil. We all know it. Binance Coin jumps to new Bitcoin all-time highs as Elon Musk Twitter fuels Doge bulls. BNB has hit new all-time highs against Bitcoin. In US dollar terms, it hit highs of 318. Wow, its best performance since mid-August. Wow, it's almost a year. Or that's recent, actually, mid-August. I forget what month we're in. Dogecoin copied itself on a return to April highs. What a massive pump that was.
Crazy.
Analytics account Stock Monkey Lizard, meanwhile, noted uncanny similarities in Doge price action and the relative strength index still being repeated this year. So there you go. Dogecoin, cool. Then we have this. Charles Hoskins says Dogecoin should be Cardano sidechain as Doge cracks top 10 crypto assets by market cap. This is pretty interesting. With tech billionaire and crypto supporter Elon Musk's takeover of Twitter spurring rallies in Dogecoin over the last week, Hoskins says that there's a real possibility that Doge could be integrated with the social media platform. He said now that Twitter is in the hands of Elon Musk, see a real possibility that Doge will somehow merge with the platform. Well, there you go. Doge has terrible distribution with many whales, no NFTs, SEs, and no digital IDs. Twitter as a protocol, as a Cardano sidechain, is definitely the way to go. So interesting. So is he actually telling Twitter to come get on?
Yeah.
He's telling Twitter to come get on Cardano.
Yeah.
Whew. Man,
if I'm a founder of a project or a big leader of a project, I'm pushing for that. If I'm Algo, I'm pushing, I think I said it earlier this year, even before all this Elon Musk stuff, that I think Twitter, I was talking more in reference to Jack Dorsey, that I think Twitter has the chance to be the number one Web3 app as we move forward. The number one blockchain-based app. They do. They've got the users. They've got the platform. They've got the messaging. They've got tech-minded founders and people behind it, especially now with Elon Musk. A16Z, their main guy is set up to be, he's already at Twitter working. They've been there running the war room. So, I think Twitter will be the number one Web3 app of 2023 and beyond.
Well, I think when you look at where it's going, I saw a very funny tweet yesterday, though. I can't remember the lady's name that did it. But she basically said, like, hey, how are y'all feeling about Elon taking over Twitter? speaking to one political side, really, and said, how do y'all feel about regulating it now?
Yeah.
Very interesting, huh? Well, guess what? It's not going to be. Somebody also said if FTX got shut down, what about all the stuff they own? It would all be sold off. Somebody else would buy it. I just think, look, I don't think FTX, I don't know if they're going to end up getting shut down or not, or SBF is going to go to prison. But when all the stuff comes out that he's been doing, I'm telling you, it is bad. It is bad, bad, bad stuff. I'm talking financial crimes for sure. So we've got a lot of information. And guess what? Now that we're the anti-SBF, everybody who has everything ever on him has been sending us stuff. And we're going to continue to talk about it. We will not be silenced on this because until he's... I tell you what, SBF, I will make you a deal. I'll make you a deal. You completely back out of regulation. You come support ours because you've seen it. You know what it is. We've given it to you. Then maybe I won't put you away in prison. There's your deal. You come support us. You push what we're doing, and you won't go to prison. Those are your choices. So I don't know. I still want to send him to prison anyways, but we'll see what happens. But I'm making that deal. I'll sign a contract with him saying that I won't put you in prison, Sam. So anyways, all right. Let's see. Crypto metaverse activity jumps converting to price gains. Wow. Positive price action has struck in Decentraland and the Sandbox metaverse. That's right. Maybe even up to 150 users there in Decentraland. Sandbox metaverse platforms, which are both enjoying increased user activity.
They're running around making some kind of crazy video. They must be.
Spurred by rising user numbers leading up to Halloween, metaverse platforms of Sandbox native crypto saw an 11% price jump Sunday as digital assets attempted a weekend rally. Decentraland visitors rose 62% from almost 5,700, wow, to a peak of 9,200 before falling back to 7,600. Eyes have been shifting back onto metaverse projects. Subsequent to Yuga Labs' announcement that the Other Side metaverse beta will go live in early 2023. Very interesting. We'll see what happens with that. Mark Zuckerberg cast as Web3 supervillain in forthcoming game. Can they do that? Can they use his likeness as a villain? Mark Zuckerberg may love the metaverse, but here's one upcoming Web3 game he may not be too happy about. The rabbit hole features characters that are posted event. Hey, can you guys keep it down out there, please? I'm doing a show. Thank you. Appreciate that. The rabbit hole features characters that are posed to defend Web3 from the corporate overlord Meta Zuckbot. What? And I was wondering this. What if we did an NFT to raise money for something? Could we make a caricature of Sam Bankman-Fried as the devil and sell it?
Could we?
That's essentially what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean,
they're profiting off his image and likeness. Like, where is the line between what's publicly allowed and not? Just don't use his name. Well, they use Meta Zuckbot.
Yeah.
Like, is that?
So that's creating something else, supposedly.
Okay. Well, if that's the rule, it's the rule.
Parody. Yeah, I don't know. But these days, who knows with the, fact checkers and everything. I don't know if there's any parody or comedy allowed anymore. Maybe on Twitter.
No. Elon Musk said comedy is allowed again.
Yeah, it is.
He had a tweet about that.
I saw that. It was a funny tweet.
It was a funny tweet. Okay. Blockchain Association throws support behind Ripple and SEC. Well, actually, the top Ripple story I want to cover is this right here. Ripple now, which, by the way, if you're in the XRP army, throw the X up. Now closer to launching native NFT support on XRPL. Now, this is the XLS20 upgrade. It was proposed in Q1 of this year to introduce native NFT support. Now, a lot of this has to do with the way smart contracts work with Ripple versus a lot of the other chains. According to Xspectre, which, by the way, I think Xspectre is on the channel on Wednesday for an XRP segment, so you guys can look forward to that. An XRPL validator, the XLS20 proposal that would enable native NFT support on XRPL might soon go live. Less than 9 hours to go before XLS is officially live. Let's see. Ripple developers proposed XLS20 in Q1 of 2022 to introduce native NFT support for XRPL and give developers access to NFT minting, trading, and burning functions. You guys know we've been working on an NFT project, and we basically had to delay it because this took so long to get done. And now we've decided it's going to be better. We're going to launch the NFT project within 72 hours of the case ending. That's what we're going to look to do. So Mr. Techno Goody says, I am expecting Xspectre on the show. I like that. That's pretty good. Listened to you the other day and watched SBF versus Eric debate. Watched whole debate, not just highlights. Eric Voorhees is a beast representing the people. Very good debate. Thanks for sharing. And guys, I want Eric Voorhees to get behind what we're doing.
Yeah, we need Eric Voorhees on the show.
If you have a connection to Eric Voorhees, and if you all I want to do is send him the information, we would love to do that because it's totally opposite to what SBF is doing, and I know I don't think he's going to want to debate us on it.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of reason to believe he would support. He's actually a person who I have in mind for being involved specifically with what we're doing. Maybe that gives you all a hint, maybe what we could be doing. But
I saw a funny Gainsey on Twitter tried to roast Voorhees. Like basically didn't know who he was. He's like, "Who's this?" We called him poor. He's tried to call 3 different completely on accident. Called out 3 different billionaires on Twitter and called them poor. And it's like just taking L after L. It was really funny. And then he comes back, he's like, "Oh, whoops!" And everybody, that was actually his house. That wasn't a background behind him. That was that real. I thought that was.
I thought it was his office.
Yeah,
because there's some shapeshift looking logos kind of in the background.
Yeah, it is cool looking.
Oh, cool.
So that was what he said. That was a property I have access to west of the Mississippi by his exact words, not his house.
I knew. I looked. I knew that was real. At first when I saw it, when I watched it live, I was like, "Oh yeah, it's probably background." But then when I watched on the highlights, I thought to myself, "No, I bet that's his. I don't think that is."
It was very
background.
crisp.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So there we go. That XRPL is going to be really big. It's going to change the way things interact with the contracts. I know Ripple Labs itself was really excited about this change. So it's not just the community. So other stuff, Ripple SEC could face bruising defeat against the fintech firm, says legal experts. So here we go. On October 30th, senior analyst Rosalind Layton told Forbes, if that's how it ends, it will have been a self-inflicted disaster from the start. The SEC is facing a bruising defeat after the San Francisco-based enterprise blockchain innovator Ripple. The verdict could drastically limit the SEC's authority to regulate crypto in the U.S., which we will also be doing, playing a role in. If that's how it ends, it will have been a self-inflicted disaster from the start, and it's very clear that it was the entire time. The SEC has no allies, not even its own expert witnesses who ended up giving ammunition to the defense. This is what Gary Gensler is going to be known for, guys. This is what Gary Gensler is going to be known for. They're going to overturn the Howey test. The Howey test is no longer going to be valid, which is going to be really interesting in my opinion. Rudy Poo here with a comment. Is it a bad idea to pay for advertising a coin? Why? We're actually going to be doing a video very soon on this very topic, and we're going to explain to you why it is a bad idea. Thank you for that super chat, by the way. What was the name on that? Pelagic 6. So thank you for that super chat for Lloyd Christmas. That's me. So we're going to be doing a video. It's probably going to come out next week, maybe this weekend. It's going to make a lot of waves in crypto. So you guys get ready for this. So yeah, there has not really been a successful model for advertising coins, and it coming to fruition is a good deal for everybody involved. So we're going to be busting a lot of that out here pretty soon. Okay. Last story here, like I said, was Blockchain Association. We already told you what's going on with Blockchain Association. We're not trying to throw shade at these people. I want you guys to understand when I say that DCG is very involved there, they just are. If you guys know Digital Currency Group, they own CoinDesk, they own Grayscale, they own a lot of companies in crypto, and they have their hooks in a lot of, from Ripple to Coinbase to Brave Browser to Decentraland. They got their hands at Abra. They got their hands in everything. And we like to make moves without having financial hooks into us, especially ones that we couldn't get out of. For sure. So, but anyways, their crypto advocacy group, Blockchain Association, has come out in support of Ripple Labs amid its ongoing legal battle with the SEC, claiming the case could be very important for the future of the crypto industry, obviously. In their brief, the Blockchain Association outlined why, in their view, the SEC and Gary Gensler's views, securities laws could have devastating effects on the entire crypto industry. The Blockchain Association said the case gives the industry the chance to push back against what they see as the SEC's regulation by enforcement agenda and potentially open the door to modernized standards for the industry. So there you go. Quick hits. BlockFi faces heavy losses from its loan to Core Scientific. Obviously, Core Scientific, the number one Bitcoin mining stock, has been absolutely crushed.
Number one public Bitcoin.
Public Bitcoin stock has been crushed. They obviously are, I don't think they're number one anymore. I don't think they're crushed. Maybe Marathon Digital Holdings would be, have more than them now. Matter Labs releases first phase of ZK Sync 2.0 called Baby Alpha. Chili's climbs 15% as fan tokens lead crypto market gains. Bitcoin miner Argo blockchain shares punch 40%. Well, maybe they're all punching. I can only be Lloyd if you can make the most annoying sound.
You have to end the show. Though.
Is that good, you think?
It's close. A lot louder. Yeah.
There you go. There's the world's most annoying.
Whoa.
Whoa. It went really spooky, really quick.
Yeah,
here.
that's what happens when you make those scary sounds.
Are we still live? We're still.
What happened?
Welcome to Halloween.
All right. Well, I think we're almost done.
Welcome to Halloween with Lloyd Christmas and Harry Dunn. Oh, we're back. All right. Do we have any Q&A or anything like that?
No, tell them to bring it to. If you have any Q&A, bring it to the Twitch after show.
Bring it to the Twitch after show. You guys make sure to go check out Blockchain Basement. We love our Twitch chat. You guys make sure to head on over to Twitch. Make sure to subscribe there as well.
Nick, if you could drop a link to that and pin it in the description, everybody can just click it right over. We'll be live there in about 5 minutes. So just follow us on over there.
Well, guys, just a reminder. Prison Mike's in the house. All right, guys, that's all I got. Be blessed. Make sure to treat your lunch ladies with respect. BitBoy out.